Welcome to another video. Yay. And yeah. And right now it is our third episode of it and of this for today. And right now the hard drive constantly tried to rebuild himself, but it was no use because here's the thing. Humans are stubborn. And when humans are stubborn, they mostly don't do anything but destroy. Hence, they doing a lot of mean things to them. No one was left in the rubbish. After this, they can finally be resting. And after this, a bunch of nations has been, most likely a lot of Native Americans were invited to join, believing that this should be a time where they can all unite against Western power. So that's what and they all kind of agree with this kind of motto. So they all of them actually, yes, all of them, instead of forming one empire, they all decided to form one nation together. But where should they start? They already know where should they start already. They know where to start. They know where to start. They already know. It is this one. This huge group of people. Let's see. Wait, before I continue, I'll see if Forecourt's still alive. Forecourt's still there. He's still very much alive. And right now, I think he's just chilling there. Well, that's happening. A bunch of people have actually has started to know what to start. The war, a very cold nation, was later on formed. After a huge things happened, and it was beautiful. They were all sent. There is some nations who still stand, but there were obviously later on killed out. Yeah, they're all killed out. Yeah, they all have been. A bunch of kingdom has been destroyed after a series of events. And the newly built nation of war, and then the nation of war became an area to protect the natives from the And so they give everyone here super health, which is known to make people's blood heart go high. They even have a lot of food. Let me see their food though. I want to see their food. A lot of times you're hungry, but let's see. They have one city, of course. They have no food. Okay, then since they have no food, let's give them food. A bunch of sheep work sent in, and farms were, but not enough farms was already. So they all sent food. More food stocks were made. And so food is getting more abundance now. And with the new sheep in the area, this can feed the new population. All other Americans were later on a bunch of new people in the area will later on drop in to form new society, new colonies, which they already have known. And so they just allow that to happen, because why not? And we'll learn this later. I'm going to the last video for today, and right now the wall people will get Imperial and Wilmo. These three are pretty buff. They have other natives, but they are very, 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 very forgotten. And don't forget that there's not a lot of clans. Actually, there's lots of clans, but you know how it is. Sorry about age. This is the oldest, but one of the most people. The largest is the ones with this one with 14 people. This one doesn't only have 2 people as the clan, but it'll probably grow. There's a huge war waging on. Yes, this war which is a pretty big skirmish around here. It's too messy to tell, but in the main line, it's literally an entire line versus one country. But they do have a bunch of colonies. But the war has the war people has the alliance, the big alliance here. The Supreme Club has been trying to attack, but never been successful enough. And right now, they're growing, and the New World countries, all the New World people in the New World that came to attack are very, very weirdly, for some reason, they all of them like joined the war horse, finally stabilizing themselves. Well, this battle is raging on. The Abig is right now pretty lost, and the specials are not really helping a lot now. By age, this guy lived for 1,000 years. We gotta congratulate him. He's been there for 1835. That's the oldest person. It is old if you're looking at. It is actually pretty old. If you're just looking over here. But overall, you can tell that it is very old. The area is super old, and yeah. The Aho kingdoms are, and so yes, the Great Gupta, and since they're using and since the Wu wants this to be one to slam our stuff, they are willing to become joining the Supreme and ate. They ate pretty well for like how they're they were bombing. They're sending out bombings here, causing them to declare war on here, and pretty much all of even the Yahoo. This, even though they don't have to. And so, yeah. At this point, people are also getting At this point, people are getting very pissed. And so, more declared war on them. And so, this. And at this point, they're stupid enough to. There's a huge brawl now. 33 cities out of war. 15 countries. Not looking good. And they have been doing pretty well. For example, but they can't really kill the king because the king is pretty special and they can't do that. So instead, they really do the next best thing is to destroy the new highway. They also help destroying ports, neighboring ports, but trying not to kill any specials because specials are very, 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 very awesome, very, very important. They even help destroy. They even send bombings in support. They supported. They don't, and since they're too far away, they can't really do anything. Luckily, due to the helps, the tides have been starting to move around, and the Great Koopa is losing their colonies. This big colony hasn't been touched whatsoever. Even though was holding ending the part of the war. Yeah, it's part of the war. What is he not doing? Oh no, they're not finally fighting. Never mind. And since now they and now when they're and luckily since now they're ready for war. They send their large army and start attacking their part too. Luckily, with their large population, they could withstand it. They even help other nations too, growing their forces. And luckily but they still rather use attacks. So they created landmines in the area, and they don't want other bad things to happen. So okay, now listen to me out. They created an entire mine field wall. A bunch of minefields are everywhere. Everywhere actually. And boom. And it did cause things to happen. But then the black decided to fight back, so now they need to stop slacking. they start continue to fight. The phrase "let's" and then the let's go natives, and then they start working harder, creating more bombshells, killing more people. This actually helped the rules, and they sent and they were laid on After this, they asked for reinforcements, so they got the reinforcements. A huge amount of soldiers were sent into the battle. This was a huge, large order, but it was good enough. And we'll learn this later. Well, until the last video for today, and right now, at this moment right here, what we're looking at is that the Great Guptop is finally losing the Tide Wars. People, they're losing the tide now due to since they hit 3,000 at this point now. More armies are sent to stop this battle. The Native Americans their colonies has created this, and they have been helping destroy the colony and the colony and the great and the Kushiko and this case the Kushiko colony has fallen, but they're still, and that the ports are not, and they can't create any more ports due to daily maritime attacks. So they can't really they cannot, and they're and to be honest, all the colonies are technically on their own no matter what, because at this point they have been part of, because they have been, have been a part of, because at this point they have maritime battles, and so they're pretty much on their own. But note to say, they're still going strong for some reason. That was enough, and they are keeping to fight. But so far at this rate, they haven't done really anything, and at this point they have also not afraid to stand up. They start attacking it, causing a new wave of attacks, and then they're ready to do it. They don't care. They know that the specials are probably still going to be live, but they know that this is going to be up. They don't care anymore. They know that a lot of them are probably going to die here, and aim right next to the king. So they sent us as our bumper. For some reason, the king is still alive. So they send out the Godzilla cat to and first destroy the entire capital city and start destroying the area, killing. Some guy has to swim. Some guys and they're crazy enough to try to kill a guy with powers. They even were destroying everything. and destroying armies they did. And there they were sent. And first they'd soon touch the battle. They have caused many deaths around the area. And at this rate, they are unstoppable, pretty much. And so yeah, they technically did some huge progress into the war. And they even are not afraid to kill him, and they're not afraid to kill the king now, since he's not special. And they're killing everyone. And they start. But then there's something happened. Well, they technically start obliterating the colony. The thing is the war ended? Oh, hell no, the war isn't ended. Declared war by this nation's all it left. And so everyone is ready to group attack it. And so they were all of them. Pretty much everyone here was sent here. It was a pretty bloody battle indeed. And luckily the free native packs the free natives have been living very, very closely together. They have been pretty much friends. And even though four chords are this, it doesn't take a lot of explaining to know that they're on the wrong side. And so they do the best thing to do, which is to quit and leave and be part of this. After the war's technically over. Oh wait, no, wait. Hold up. The war isn't over yet until after sending them. After them just doing their thing and straight into here. They start using again the Crowdzilla. And so the Crowdzilla did a lot of stuff. And so the war is probably officially over after this. Oh, wait, the Great Group. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, and then after this, then they demon mode and just and then the war's finally over, and And then the war is finally over. And the war is over. And that's it for today, guys.